Okay, so today we have the secret of emptiness in Buddhism from noncommutative music theory, 12 notes as the Dharmachakra spokes in the chariot wheel originate from the three gunas music of India. And so here's an image from Thailand of the Buddhist Dharmachakra with the 12 spokes of the wheel. And it has a yin yang symbol in the center of it. It's actually three. I'll get into that, but it's a variation. So this slideshow originates from Professor Sarao in the University of Delhi. He's an expert on Buddhism, and he has a book that's 330 pages that I was reading on the origin of Buddhism. So he has these quotes. One such image is the 12-spoked wheel of time or life. The image of the wheel chakra as a symbol of sacred warfare was most famously the chariot wheel was changed into a symbol of sacred peacemaking, the Dharma wheel or Dharmachakra. So we know from math professor Abraham Seidenberg on the ritual origins of geometry that the centering of the chariot wheel was done using a early version of the Pythagorean theorem as a divide and average algebra, and this originated from the music theory of the major second music interval of 9/8 from the perfect fifth as 2/3, which is from the three gunas as rahas for the sacred warfare. And so in Buddhism, this chariot wheel is also the chariot of one wheel, which of course is a paradox, right? So that gets you into the emptiness as the Dharmakaya, called the eye of the world. It's also called the absolute void that radiates light. And so the 12 spokes of the Dharmachakra actually are the 12, they represent the 12 laws of interdependent origination. And so this is the same as emptiness in Buddhism. The Dharmakaya is actually interdependent origination. So here's the 12, the Dharmakaya in Tibetan Buddhism, and the image got warped because I made it full screen, and this image was said to be created by Buddha himself. So you have the 12 spokes of the wheel, and then you have the 6, and then the 4 noble truths that are inside it, and it just goes on like that. And this is the 3 poisons in here based on the yin yang. So then in Taoist philosophy, you have the same 12 spokes, but as the chariot wheel is in yoga, the chariot yoga actually means yoke as a spoke of a wheel. And so there's speculation on this West Asian, the chariot going into China, and that influencing the origin of Taoism also. And at any rate, this actually originates from music theory also. So this is the small universe meditation as the microcosmic orbit. This is from the book Taoist Yoga, Alchemy and Immortality. So you have the head and then the lower abdomen. And this is the alchemy practice. So the whole book is based on this image. But it actually originates from this music theory. And this is called the single perfect yang in music. So again, in Taoist traditional music, you have the cosmology of the 12 music notes tied to the solar and lunar calendar. And that's my book, Ancient Advanced Acoustic Alchemy, goes into that in further detail. So here's again the small universe meditation. So these are the actual energy points that you visualize light on when you're practicing. So you just go down, and then this is the yang qi going up, and then the yin qi going down. And the yang qi has yin shen, and then the yin qi has yang shen, and the shen is the light. So you have that complementary opposites of the perfect fifth is yang and the perfect fourth is yin, and so they interact with each other. But then the perfect fourth originates from the perfect fifth as an undertone that goes the opposite direction. So that's why you have this yin and yang interdependent as the emptiness. So here's the Qigong master Chen Yulin, again demonstrating the small universe with the 12 spots. And he sells his small universe meditation that I recommend people practice. And so again, you have it going up the back and down the front. And he said he just did a recent lecture series on the small universe meditation, and he emphasized that you actually need to go down the center of the body to really get into the emptiness properly. So that ties into the chakras. And so here it is again in Kriya Yoga. Again, you have the 12 energy centers that are practiced as the circulation of energy, which again is the same. This is alchemy. And Chen Yulin, he actually read the book Autobiography of a Yogi, which is based on the same Kriya Yoga lineage, and he said it's the same as Taoism. So this proves that that is the same practice. And then you have the chakras in the center here. And so in the Pythagorean philosophy, this is ion, A-I-O-N, which means time as breath, energy. And so again, you have the 12 zodiacs, but they're also the 12 energy centers that circulate around the body. And this is called the circulation of energy by the Pythagoreans. They had a name for that. And it's also taught by Gurdjieff. He calls it the circulation of light as the 12 from the law of three, in Pythagorean philosophy. And this is actually from Egyptian alchemy, where the fraction 2/3 was considered sacred and not allowed to be reduced, and that's because it's this noncommutative undertone of the three halves in music theory that I've gone into before. So that's the end of the slideshow. That shows that the ancient connection of Buddhism and Taoism and Pythagorean Egyptian alchemy actually is the secret behind the Dharmachakra in the religion of Buddhism, as revealed by Professor Sarao. Sorry, I pronounced his name wrong at first. It's Sarao. Okay, thank you very much.